Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and today I bring you guys my 60 card monstrosity known as Gold Pride Punk, Goblin Biker, Metalmorph, Materiactor, Deck Profile 2024 post the brand new sets and the brand new cards revealed. So, if you don't know, I made a whole short video yesterday regarding the brand new Metalmorph trap and how this card is absolutely insane. So if you don't know, the whole Metalmorph or Archetype came out in Rage of Abyss, and to be honest with you, I didn't think they would be getting support. I know it's technically a new archetype, but it's one of those like Bandit Keith archetypes where I thought they're like, oh, here's a wave of support, and we'll touch on it like 3 years from now, and then never again. Kind of like how they treated material actors, but no, we got brand new cards, and honestly, they're honestly pretty broken. Now, I think the new Flame Swordsman guy, who's basically a masquerade in the form of a main deck monster, he's cool. There's gonna be some gimmicky burn FTKs you can do with him. I don't care about that. That's the old Nicholas who used to play 3 masquerades. That's not today. Today, I want to talk about the brand new trap card, which is Flame Metalmorph. This card got revealed a couple days ago, and this card is absolutely stupid because it makes the entire Metalmorph engine generic. It makes it another free engine that any deck that has any good salt can play and completely fuck your opponent's day. This card right here could actually be bannable just because of how fluid and generic it makes the boss monster for the Metalmorph card. So if you don't know, Metalmorphs come out in Rage of Abyss. They literally just came out like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm not really sure. Hurricane Helene and Melton have kind of messed up my whole time spree. So I actually don't know what's out yet. I know we're supposed to get the brand new Rage of Abyss set, which I know has been out for like either a week or two. And I know we're supposed to get the new One Piece structure decks, which I haven't even touched yet because, again, Hurricane Milton and Helene. However, that's not what this video is about. This video is regarding the Metalmorph cards. So if you don't know, the Metalmorph cards are a Bandit Keith retrain archetype that all revolves around 2 boss monsters. The Metalmorph Machine and the Metalmorph Red Eyes monster. Now, the Red Eyes monster is just clearly better. Basically, this is just a free Omnigate burn for any card in the game, which is absolutely pretty awesome. However, the biggest issue with this boss monster and this whole engine as a whole was that the Metalmorph or Max Metalmorph, the new trap card that comes out in Rage Abyss that supports this whole archetype, doesn't like cheat out this dude. So basically, in order to make this dragon monster, you have to tribute a level 7 or higher dragon monster. And the reason why that is so important is, a level 5 or higher dragon monster. Let me be more specific. It could be, you could tribute a Bestial. Whatever. That's not the point. The point is that you can tribute out Zoa with the original Metalmorph card. So basically the whole combo is this. You can spell someone out Fiend Zoa, search out Max Metalmorph tribute to Zoa, and then possibly you special summon out the boss monster. However, because Red Eye's Black Full Metal Dragon requires a dragon monster to tribute, you can only special summon out the level 8 machine boss monster, which is not bad. It's like a double pop. It's a level 8, 3000 attack. It's not a bad monster, but it's definitely not a free Omnigate. And I thought that's how it's going to balance it out. It's like, cool, Dragon Link got a new boss monster. Every dragon deck got access to an Omnigate, which makes sense because they lost Savage and they lost Baron. So that kind of makes it fair for them. Yes, they lost 2 of their best extra deck monsters, so here's a main deck monster to help replace that. However, well, not necessarily, because of the introduction of this brand new trap card, it kind of fixes the entire engine and makes it way more splashable in every deck going forward. So you don't know, Flame Metalmorph is a brand new OCG trap card that says tribute 1 face-up monster that mentions Max Metalmorph, then special in 1 monster from your deck that can't be no more summoned / set that mentions Max Metalmorph, ignoring summoning conditions. Then you can equip this card to it, and it has the following effect. If the equipped monster will be destroyed by battle card effects, send this card to the graveyard instead. can only activate this card's effect name once per turn. Now, that doesn't sound that insane. Honestly, it sounds like the normal Max Metamorph. However, there's one key line of text they changed that completely breaks this card. And I'm going to read it to you right here. Tribute one face-up monster that mentions Max Metamorph. Then, ignoring summoning conditions, special summon a monster that mentions Max Metamorph. The reason why that is insane, that whole sentence right there, is because basically the original combo that his deck always wanted to do but couldn't because Flare Metal required you to tribute a dragon in order to summon him, now works. The issue is that there's only two main deck Metamorph monsters. Zoa, who is a free special summon, who's absolutely insane, and the Time Thief dude. The Time Thief dude is a machine who can treat himself as any attribute, and basically the idea there is that he can treat himself as a lovely dragon monster, so you can treat out the Flare Metal. However, the issue there is that he requires your normal summon. You can't special summon him out unless you're like a pendulum deck or something. So that was the biggest issue with that engine. However, you don't have to worry about that anymore, because now Zoa is full combo for the Metamorphs, because this trap card basically made this entire boss monster generic. So the idea here is that all you have to do is either open Approaching Machine or Fiend Beast Zoa in hand. Then, once you special summon out the Fiend Beast Zoa off its effect, which just says, hey, if your opponent controls no monsters, you can normal or special summon this card, or without tributing. Or if your opponent controls a monster, special summon this card without tributing. This card is a free special summon requiring nothing like given away. It does allow you to special summon an opponent's monster onto their field. So let's say they're playing, let's say, Snake Eyes. Well, if you activate Zoa, special summon itself, they can special summon like Ash from hand or something. Or they can special summon out the level 8, what's called Flame Bird from hand. Whatever, that does not matter. Anyway, this card, one special summon, will then set the Flare Metalmorph directly from deck during the main phase. This plays around Droll and Lockbird, basically allowing you to go full combo now on your opponent's turn to summon out the Red Eyes Flare Full Metal Dragon. This is a insane engine that any deck that has space in their main deck can just play for free. It's a free Omni-Negate for every deck. Does not require any big hoops you gotta jump through. Doesn't require extra deck space. Doesn't require any of that. All it requires is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. 8 cards in your deck. That is the entire engine. And you don't even need to play Approaching the Machine. I just choose to because it makes it more consistent, because you don't want to open the trap card or the Flare Metal, even though they can just shuffle themselves back in the deck. So it's not even that big of a deal. So why am I playing it in my P.U.N.K Goblin Biker Materiactor deck? Well, because why not? This deck is super fun. It's super flexible. It draws a shit ton of cards, so it can easily get into the Flare Metalmorphs. And it's just a way to play into things. Like, your opponent's not going to know what the fuck you're doing. They're going to stop your Punk cards, and then you're going to go Flare Metal. And then you're going to be like, wait, what? I'm going to stop that. And then you're just going to go Goblin Biker. And then if they try to stop that, you just go fucking Gold Pride. Like, this deck just keeps going and going and going and going. And it's just super fun, super strong, and super consistent. So I got some test duels for you just to show you the power of this deck. That whole rant about the Flare Metal cards, I just want to get you in the idea that this is just a free generic engine going forward. Like, you don't even need to play Gold Pride Punk Goblin Bikers. You can play any deck going forward once this set comes out and just be like, hey, I just happen to have space in the main deck. Let me just throw this engine in there. And hey, if I don't like it going second, just side it all out for hand traps. It's all main deck cards, meaning you don't have to worry about siding cards out your extra deck. And it's just a free Omni-Gate burn card that can win you in time. That is insane. That is a really, really powerful card. And it is a really, really powerful engine. And even if you're like, okay, if I'm going into time, maybe I don't want Flare Metal. Maybe I want to summon out the lovely, lovely other one, the brand new black swords, let's go Flame Swordsman wanted to burn my opponent even more. You can do that. Or, oh, hey, wait a minute. I actually am going against Labyrinth. I want to pop their back row instead of actually having a free Omni. You can do that with the with the machine one. You can make this deck however you want. I think he's the best one because he's an Omni. But if you have a tailor-made strategy into your locals, you can make it however you want. There's 3 different boss monsters to this archetype. Whichever one best suits you, you can side into. Really, really cool. Really, really interesting. Let's get into some test duels. Let's get straight into this. So, I'm going to show you some amazingness. And then we'll go from there. Alright? So, let's do this. We're going to exit. We're going to go to our replays. And we're just going to replay some duels. So this is a hand. This hand is insane. We're going to go Ogre Dance, Pitch. Search ourselves. A Ziaman. Wagon, search field spell, effect. Spell summon out the Ziaman effect. Get ourselves a Foxy Tune, discard. Discard the vanilla. Spell summon out Shirakusai, fusion summon into Rising Carp, tribute. Spell summon out Madam Spider and a Deer Note. Search out the trap, draw 1. Cool. Make a synchro. Jam Jagger Drive Chainlink 1. Deer Note Chainlink 2. Bring back the Ziaman because you still want to get a 600 boost. But you keep drawing. You draw into a Gillosaurus. Who cares? But you're just going to keep popping off now. Here comes the Goblin Biker part of the deck. The Goblin Bikers are supposed to summon themselves. Here's your Gonga sucking up a monster so we have more zones. And we're just going to keep popping off. We're just going to keep going. Goblin Bikers are just going to keep expanding in the field. And just keep making more things. So here comes Carry. So here comes the Gold Pride part of the deck. And yeah, we just keep going. And we're just flexing into more XYZs, more cards. And even if our opponent nibs us, it doesn't matter because we still have more plays through Nibiru because we have plenty of extenders in our hand. And we just keep popping off. So we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. Here comes the Materiactor cards. We got to make space. So here comes the Utopic Draco Future. Here comes the Materiactor XYZ. Supposed to summon out the Materiactor from 2 years ago. Here comes 3 level 3 monsters for free. Searching out a counter trap. Here comes a lovely 2 monster negates in form of Gossip Shadow and Cicada King. And then, hey, we have 1 zone left. Let's supposed to summon out Zoa. Search out the trap card. Pass it to our opponent. And then, bam. Look at this. I want to pause it here. Look at this. Alright, well, I guess the replay ended. Doesn't matter. Look at this end board we ended on. We ended on not only a Omni Negate off the Flare Metal Zoa, we ended on a counter trap that will negate anything our opponent does. We have an Imperm. We have a Virtue Strain, which is basically Sword Soul Blackout, which will tribute. Oh, it doesn't tribute. It destroys a Sea Serpent we control to pop 2 cards our opponent controls. We have the equip spell, or the counter trap, not the equip spell, what is this trap called? The rank up spell, Engrave, allowing us to quick effect banish it to equip a him, to protect him from our own Virtue Stream, to then relinquish an opponent's monster. We have a negate off the Draco Future, and yeah, this is absolutely insane. So, if you want to count the interruptions, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 interruptions. This is an 8 interruption board, and out of those 8 interruptions, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that can negate monster effects. And we have 2 Omnis. That is absolutely stupid. This is an absolutely stupid board. Like, and we can play through things like Nib. We can play through things like Ash and Imperm and things like that. The only thing this deck has to worry about is just the Floodgate hand traps. The hand traps like the Molechummies. The hand traps like the fucking Drolls of the world. Like the... Oh, Shifter doesn't bother us too bad, but Shifter can ruin some hands. So those are the only hand traps you gotta worry about. Nib plus like Imperm or something is also a worry, but you know, they open Nib, Imperm, and you can't keep playing. Well, that's just how it is. Sometimes you luck in, sometimes you luck out. But yeah, this is a stupid ass end board. Let's go on and show you some more duels, okay? Alright, so here comes another board. As you can see, we can just always open this. And here comes the Flame Metal dudes. And here comes the punks. And we kind of just have combos for days. So like if I'm really worried about Nibiru, I can easily make a Gossip Shadow and just stop it. But my hand's so good, I don't care. I'm just going to play. And even if they nib us, we can still keep going. Does not matter. As you can see, the Goblin Bikers are doing their thing. Here comes the lovely XYZ armor package. Here comes Captain Carey. And we're just going through the motions. We have not used the field spell, so we just keep popping off. And we're just going to keep making things. So here comes the Leviathan to search out our Virtue Stream. Alright, let's say they nib us here, right? Doesn't matter. We still keep going because our hand can extend with the field spell and the extenders on field. So we just keep going. It doesn't matter. We just keep going. We just keep summoning stuff. Here comes the lovely Xiamen package. The punks are just absolutely insane. Here comes the Chain Link 3. We're going to draw here and search. As you can see, we search out the normal monster because we're going to go into the lovely Materiactor cards. We made it towers. And we're going to search out that counter trap now. So let's search out that counter trap. Let's make another XYZ. And then, hey, we have one zone left. Here comes this guy. And guess what? That is our end board. This is another disgusting end board we had on. We had on towers. Well, this is going to show you the interruptions. So this is actually a test hand that shows you what my opponent could do. Here's a negate. Here's a negate. Here's a negate. We both draw one. Who cares? Here's a negate. Here is another interruption. As soon as he summons it, I'm going to absorb him. Actually, no, I missed timing there. It doesn't matter. Negate. Pop 2. And GG. There's nothing you can do. That is the power of this deck. It just kind of just keeps going and going and going. And it kind of just says, look, you better have multiple board breakers to stop me. Because I'm going to have a counter trap. I'm going to have an Omni Negate. I'm going to have a shit ton of interruptions in the back row and on the main deck board. And I'm going to have plenty of follow-up in hand. Like, this deck just goes on forever and ever and ever. And the only restriction holding this deck back is literally just the amount of cards we can hold in our extra deck. Because we have plenty of cards to make more stuff in hand, but we only have 3 cards left in extra deck. So there's only so much more we can make, which is pretty awesome. So that is it for test 2. Let me show you one more, and then we'll just go straight into that'd be in the video. So yeah, as you notice, we did not open the Metalmorph cards, but it doesn't matter. We'll just draw into it. If not, you just end on full combo anyway. So again, if we were worried about Nib, we just make what's it called, Gossip Shadow right now, but we don't care. We're just going to play as if our opponent doesn't have it, and we'll make a negate before we even commit to our punks. So it does not matter. So the Goblin Bikers are doing their thing. Here comes the full armors. Here comes the Gold Pride. And we're just popping off, man. We're just summoning off things for free, man. There's the Goblin Bikers and the Materiactors just give us so many free material. It's ridiculous. Like, we have not committed to the punks at all yet. And we're still popping off. Like, we are still doing things. And here comes the Virtue Stream. Here comes Utopia Trickle. Even if he nibs us right now, we still have punk combo. And we're still going to keep going. And we're still going to have a shit ton of back row. So it does not even matter. Because here comes the punks. Here comes more trap searches. Here comes more drawing off the field spell. And we just keep going. Hey, look, we drew into a Zoa. Guess what? That means we get a free Omni for free. Because we just drew into a starter card. And yeah, this is the end board. We get this counter trap. We set fucking 4. We don't even have enough space to set the start your engines. And look at that end board. Like, this is insane. We have a quick synchro into an Amazing Dragon, bounce their whole field. We have 2 Omnis. We have an Imperm. We have a lovely Sword Soul Blackout. Free Negate. Quick Effect Relinquish. Like, what do you want from this deck? This deck can do everything. This deck makes so many interruptions. And if you really want to be a degenerate scumbag, this deck turbos out so many rank 3s and so much material that you can easily, if you wanted to, acid golem your opponent out of this entire life savings. I'll probably make a future video on that, just because it's super easy to do. But I'm not a fan of FTKing my opponent, or just playing like a. I want to build a board. I don't want to just give my opponent a floodgate, because I hate that. I hate that Branded can give you yourself a what's it called, a lovely gimmick puppet. I'm not a big fan of giving your opponent stuff. This deck can easily fucking do it, but I choose not to. And that's why I love this deck, because this deck makes so many levels of interaction that your opponent is just going to cry. They're not going to be able to do anything. It ends on so many things. It's like, what are you going to do? Nothing. You got to play through all of that. And that's it. GG's. Good game. And like and subscribe. Hope you all have a good one. Take care. Don't do anything stupid. See you on the next one. And bye-bye.